Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar of Beijer Electronics. I'm Glenn Xu. I'm the Regional Sales Manager of Asia Pacific region. Today's topic is about intelligent warehouse by robust edge computing and wireless communication. In this webinar, we will be focusing on how we helped our customers automate and digitize their warehouse and logistics to improve the operation efficiency. Before we get started, in case there are some of the audience here in this event still new to Beijer Electronics, let me have a quick introduction of our organization. Beijer Electronics is a business unit under Beijer Electronics Group, who started as an industrial HMI manufacturer 40 years ago. And with years of expertise and proven records, we have become an innovator in automation and IoT. And we are helping customers making their ships, their factories, machineries, building, and infrastructure connected. Investimo is a business unit focusing on mission-critical networking solutions, including communication-based train control systems, marine-type networking, and smart grid applications. As for Korenix, the focus is on the networking solution for general industrial applications such as factory automation, IoT, smart cities, transportation, surveillance, etc. Okay, that's an overview of our company. And before we talk about any solutions, let's have a look at the evolution of how people store and retrieve things in their production facility. In 70s to 90s, people used machines like carriers, stackers, lifts, and conveyors to move goods around the warehouse. From the 90s to 2016, people used PLC-based systems to control the modular shelves and automated guided vehicles to move parts for them so they don't have to do it manually. And IT systems such as MES and ERP were introduced to help people track and plan their production. And now it's 2021. Automation is everywhere in our daily lives. AGVs, robots, and even drones are commonly used and seen to support people's warehouse and production. As the applications today get more complicated, it is crucial to have all these automated units and systems connected to an analytic platform to help us make more precise decisions. And this page you see is about the building blocks of an intelligent warehouse. Technologies such as barcodes, electronics tags, RFID, and vision identifications are applied on the warehouse entry. Forklifts, AGV, and AMR handles the material transport among the storage areas and production lines. With the involvement of IT and analytics system, it is easier to do better inventory management and forecasting. And with robotics and conveyors, it allows us to make sortings and shipments without mistakes. Okay, and there are so many machines and systems to be connected. Is there any way to make it simpler and affordable? Yes, and the answer is the edge control and computing solution. And we will have a look at the new edge to cloud architecture first before we talk about any solutions and product features. Okay, so I think most of the people here are already quite familiar with the 5-layer structure that connects things from I/O, PLC, SCADA, MES to ERP system. However, if your production facility does not have the ability to invest in asset-heavy systems like the SCADA or the MES or the ERP, is there a more suitable way to integrate and analyze your data? The idea of Edge is then utilized to bypass the traditional 5-layer stack. An Edge platform is a solution that provides an interface for your production site data to be connected to an on-prem IT system directly, an MES or ERP system, or connect to a cloud-based system without interfering the existing control system program at the production site or the infrastructure of any existing IT systems. That's the idea of Edge. So the Edge needs to tackle several key challenges, including machines manufactured by different vendors, which could have different control system brand inside them, and they may speak protocols of Mitsubishi, Siemens, Allen Bradley, or standardized field buses like CAN bus, Modbus, or Profibus. Once you configure an Edge device to collect data from the machineries, you'll need to use standards that can be recognized by your database or the cloud. And while doing this, you certainly want these Edge devices to have zero or as little impact to your operation as possible to avoid the downtime. And when your data is transmitted to the cloud, you hope that it is through a secure channel on the internet so no one can decrypt your data or hack into your system to cause the production to shut down. And as your automation and your IT engineers may have different technology background, the developing tool of this Edge device must contain a user interface that are familiar by both kinds of expertise. And Beijer Electronics solution has all the features covered, so let's have a look at a few of our successful cases. Okay, the first case is about a wheel frame manufacturing plant, and to ensure that they deliver the wheel frames with the best quality on time, they worked with us for a digitized solution. The challenge for them, the first one is to connect an existing casting machine and a CNC machine and integrate the data to the IT system. And as you know, a CNC machine is usually not equipped with an open or standardized industrial communication protocols like OPC UA or Profinet. So here's their first challenge. The second one, they need to read data from the RFID tags and then integrate it into the IT system as well. RFID tags from every different vendors has its own self-defined communication protocol, so it is not easy for them to solve the challenges in the first place either. And the last system to connect is the existing PLC and HMI from Siemens. So there's quite a few connectivity challenges that we need to conquer for them. And they came to us for advice, and our IX solution is just the right solution for them. Firstly, they connect the Siemens PLC and HMI with our built-in H7 series protocol in IX. And for the Fanuc CNC and the RFID tag, the open software architecture of IX software has the ability to import a coding snippet of .NET framework, so it makes us connecting non-standard protocol devices possible. And when the controller and device data are collected by the IX solution, the IT engineers can further utilize our built-in SQLite database to map the data inside it to their Microsoft SQL server of the ERP system, and use the OPC UA protocol to publish the data to their on-prem MES system. Okay. And the next case is about optimizing the warehouse entry process. And before, the operators of the customer inserts the data of the arrived goods manually. And now they want to have most of their process automated. And the solution is to make the barcode reader collects barcode data. And when the goods are weighted, both data will be sent to the ERP system. And then the label will be printed out automatically by the label printer to be stick to the packaging. And in this case, we have three types of equipment to connect: the barcode reader, the scaling equipment, the label printer. Okay, and as you have seen in our previous wheel frame manufacturing plant cases, whether they are using the standardized PLC protocols or non-standardized protocols, we always have the corresponding interface they need to link the devices together and send the data to the ERP system. Okay, so we have just looked into some successful cases about improving the operator's workflow and working experiences. And next, we will talk about AGV and AMR, the supporting technology that will help us increase the efficiency even further. They're getting more and more popular and more widely adopted for the following advantage. It allows better usage of the labor workforce, and able to work in environments where human beings feel less comfortable with. For example, could be in an air-conditioned storage warehouse with only minus 30 degrees. It saves more space than the conventional conveyor systems, and it only causes minimized downtime when implementing them. And they do loading and unloading efficiently and with less safety concerns. So there's quite a lot of benefit implementing AGV and AMR to your logistic applications. Okay, and AGV is composed of several building blocks. There is a PLC as the master control of the motion drive, the sensors, which will make the AGV follow the designated routes, and the safety components used for the emergency stops. And finally, there will be a Wi-Fi client to establish the mobile communication for an AGV to communicate with each other and keep updating the data to the central fleet management system, or lets the fleet management system update the man code accordingly based on the AGV's situation and their application. And at the same time, the production and operation data can be sent to the cloud-based analytics system or to an on-prem IT system. And we have several solutions for the connected AGV, and the first one will be the IIoT Edge Gateway, and it supports all the major field buses and PLC-based OT protocols, and no matter what kind of brand PLC you're using, Allen Bradley's, Mitsubishi's, Omron, Siemens, Schneider, FATEC, you can always find out the relative supported protocols in our Edge Gateway to collect the PLC data. And other than the PLC protocols, we support built-in OPC UA server and client, and it provides you the flexibility to connect the Edge Gateway to any IoT-ready devices that also has the OPC UA built within it. And for the connectivity to the cloud, we support the MQTT to publish the data to a cloud over a secured channel. For connections to an on-prem IT, we have SQL clients, RESTful API, FTP server available for you, and if any of the above protocols are unsuitable, our open software architecture surely allows you to create a tailor-made communication for your own use. Okay, the second solution is the Edge Computing HMI. And though our Edge Gateway already has the full connectivity for AGV and IT systems, sometimes people still like to have something on site that can display the data and have immediate local control. So here is the solution where HMI can become very handy. So our Edge Computing HMI, other than just visualizing the PLC data, also plays the key role of an edge gateway between the OT and the IT systems. Okay, so the above mentioned innovative features are powered by our iX software suite. It is a software that includes the user-friendly UI, operation critical management functions like recipes, alarms, audit trail, schedulers, and data critical functions like an internal data logger, trend viewers, Excel and PDF report generation functions. The software is based on .NET Framework's open architecture, so it enables users to do secondary development with C#. And the database of iX is SQLite, so it is easy for IT experts to manipulate. And behind every ready-made UI objects, there are actually XML codes, so graphic designers can also create their own tailor-made UI with XML and import the UI to the iX application. We have all the connectivity prepared for you, the PLC protocols, OPC UA, MQTT, FTP, And finally, remote access features like VNC and web server functions makes connecting to your HMI or the Edge gateway remotely possible. And all the functions are integrated into one IX software package, so it minimizes the interface between systems and reduces the need to cross-check among different kinds of programs. Okay, so the next one, I'd like to have a chat with you about the data exchange features in IX. So you'll probably not see a data exchange feature more straightforward than ours. Firstly, you select the controller's protocol and you create tags to map the controller's addressing, and you assign the data exchange direction and decide whether you want to have the data exchange to happen. Perhaps when certain PLC value changes, or perhaps when you click certain buttons on the HMI's user interface, it's all up to you. So this is particularly powerful when you want to integrate and communicate the data on different machines, different AGVs, different AMRs in the production line. So it will help make the production line more organized and reduce the idle time of the production facility. Okay. Okay, the third solution is about the Edge controller. And in fact, it is getting more and more common that controllers are equipped with various types of communication capability. And our controller is able to unify devices with the field buses like Modbus TCP, Modbus RTU, Ethernet IP, and CAN Open. And it also outputs data in OPC UA and MQTT format. And other than that, it works as a SQL client as well. And the built-in connectivity makes it flexible for you to decide whether you want to have the data to be exported. The programming software is based on an open source platform called Codesys, and it's a hardware independent platform. So if you like to switch to a different hardware in the future, you only need to find hardware targets that also has the Codesys runtime embedded, and then you can reuse the programs you have developed. So it's a future-proof investment. Okay, and Codesys actually includes all the IEC 61131-1 standards within it, and it is like I said, it's a hardware-dependent, independent platform. So you will see it in products like iOS, and you could also see it in PLCs, HMIs, or even PC-based targets. Okay, and not only us, but also other famous companies like Schneider, ABB, Backhoff, Wago, and Eaton. They have also included Codesys into their control product. So if you already have experiences programming a Schneider ABB controllers, you are probably already familiar with the Codesys systems. And some Asian brands like Mitsubishi, Delta also have Codesys included into part of their control system offerings. Okay, and the most two common languages used in the Codesys platform are ladder and the structured text. Okay, so if you have electrical engineering background, you are, I'm sure you're already quite familiar with the ladder language. And as for me, I grew up with programming languages like C#, MATLAB, C++. So structured text makes much more sense to me compared to the ladder language. Okay, so in an IoT application, actually you can let your IT engineers and your automation engineers to work together on this Codesys platform and to make to turn the IoT concept into the reality. All right, and after all these cases and solutions we have been through in this webinar, you've probably found that our hardware and software combination are your most reliable partner for machine-to-machine communication and edge control and computing solution. We have all the OT protocols and IT standards ready for you, and the automation and IT engineers can always work together on our programming platform to turn the IoT concepts into reality. Okay. With our Edge solution, we are now able to make different kinds of machines and IT systems talk to each other. And other than just converting the protocols of the systems, how to make the wireless data transmission stable is another crucial thing to be addressed. Okay. And the guidelines to a stable wireless network is to build one with strong signal, with full coverage, without blind spots, and easy to diagnose and install. And there are a few different ways to organize the Wi-Fi AP and the client, either a point-to-point structure or 1 to 2 Wi-Fi bridges in between the AP and clients, or a one-to-many structure. Okay, and our AP has the capacity to connect maximize 127 clients, so it's a really huge number. And it also means that we will save you the cost of AP hardware compared to our competitors. You only need to use fewer APs. And choosing the right antennas will also help you strengthen the wireless communication. A place with many moving parts, like the warehouse, often uses omni antenna, whereas the directional panel antenna is used for data transmission in a narrow range, but with longer distance. Okay, here is an example. The AGVs are moving in and out of the 10+ story high racks, and to avoid signal being interfered by the racks, the omni antenna are installed on the Wi-Fi devices. And the Wi-Fi AP can connect to many Wi-Fi clients at the same time. So a low latency and no interference on the APs are very important. Not only our AP is equipped with a dual band and auto channel selection feature, but it also allows automatic and regular scans the best channels and assigns the Wi-Fi clients to switch to the best channels accordingly. And another way to ensure the wireless network stability is to minimize the need to roam across APs and reduce the network latency during roaming. We guarantee under 50 milliseconds fast roaming, and the wireless LAN watchdog always detects the signal strength of the cross AP boundaries to ensure roaming quality. And every Wi-Fi client is allowed to set roaming sensitivity based on its applications and locations. And in terms of the network setting up, every AGV has its own unique wireless communication parameter. So how do we establish all these settings efficiently? Our JetWave smart mapping APP auto-generates the Wi-Fi client settings for every AP. So it is capable of massively deploying the settings for every wireless terminal on site. Okay, and when an AGV is not working as you expected, is there any way to tell whether the problem is resulted from the AGV or from the network devices? We have a wireless device diagnostic APP that will save you plenty of troubleshooting time. Okay, the JetWave Smart Remote detects the signal strength of the wireless connection, and if the connection is good, you will hear the buzzes ringing with a higher frequency, and if not, you will hear a lower frequency. Then you will find out that whether a certain Wi-Fi IP is having strong signal. Okay. And you will able to tell that whether it is the AGV's own problem or the Wi-Fi AP or the Wi-Fi client's problem easily. Okay, that's pretty much everything I need to share with you today about the edge computing, control, and industrial wireless communication for a digitized and connected warehouse. And if you have any questions, you know where to find us. And feel free to drop us a message for any kinds of solution discussions. And we'll see each other again soon in our next webinar. Take care. See you and bye-bye.